22 L's at home. 17th spot. Wolves, a team that were first half of the season destined for relegation. And yet you got some of their fans piping up and saying, we've had a better season than Arsenal this season. Yes, guys, welcome back to Tosin's Takes. There's a lot I want to talk through today. The last round of matches and this nonsensical trophy discourse, right? I'm going to unpack that and more as we talk about it today. But first, let's actually get into the matches. Spurs were parading around after getting blammed at home again. 4-1, Brighton. Parading around, Europa League. Congrats, you won a trophy. Like, no, seriously, congrats. Right? May sound salty, but congrats. But come on. I know you won Europa League. Right? And obviously Andrew's making these comments about, what was he saying? Something around, it always gets better after the second season or something like that. It's like, bro, you've not done yourself any favors. Like, literally. Like, I know, yes, the team is on holiday, but I mean, come on, to get hammered 4-1 at home. Yeah. You know what? If I keep talking about it, I'll be called a hater. I'll wait till I talk about the trophy discourse, then I'll speak about Spurs again. But man, the top 5 race, I was wrong with one result. Like, I think I called it last week that definitely Chelsea would be there, reluctantly, but Newcastle would be there, and I called Villa, right? So I thought it would be City, Chelsea, and Villa. It's crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. Villa got bumped. You see, Arsenal fans, it's not just us that get bad calls. Villa got absolutely bumped, man. Got bumped. And I'm not surprised that they're making their appeal to the Premier League, but I'll be shocked if anything actually comes of this. What's going to happen? Play the match again? Like, come on. Because if they say, okay, right, you need to play the match, they're setting a dangerous precedent. Because, Villa are not the only team to have gotten terrible, terrible decisions, right? But there's no point. But I get why they're pursuing that, because this is a huge game. Champions League qualification, like the money that comes from it, the prestige as well. This is huge. And to make such a monumental, wow. I'm just glad that at least Arsenal fans are seeing this. Like, you can't moan and say, yeah, there's a conspiracy, PGMO. It's just bad officiating. It happens to all of us, right? So that's Villa. With Forest, I called it last week. Good on Nottingham Forest. Like, for me, despite them finishing, they finished 7th, it's still been a phenomenal season for them, in my opinion. Still been a phenomenal season for Nottingham Forest. This is a team that, I believe, where did they finish? 17th, 16th last season? You know, and for them to do what they've done, hats off to you. Obviously, you crumbled at the end. They actually lasted a lot longer in the Champions League race than I thought they would. I thought for sure by Christmas, all of this stuff would be dropped out. But for them to actually have to the last day for their Champions League fate to be decided is huge. And to see that they could have actually done it. But I didn't think they'd do it because we know Nottingham Forest. They're not a team that when the onus is on them to attack and take the game to the opponent and win, they're not a team that are actually willing to, they're not a team that are actually going to get the results. They're not going to. We just know it. You know that they're not going to take the game to Chelsea. I just knew it. And plus the pressure. Can you imagine the anxiety from the players, the anxiety from the fans, the tensions like, whoa, like, are we going to get Champions League? Like, that tension has been palpable the last 5 games. They just didn't have the mentality for it, but it is what it is. Good result, bad result at home for them, but they can't be too mad. Obviously, they'll be disappointed, but it is what it is. Like, they didn't, it's not like they put out a poor showing of themselves. It's just, they don't have the quality in their team. It's that simple. Nottingham Forest don't have the quality. I don't know what people are expecting. I remember when Arsenal battered them 3-0 at home, despite our bad form at the start of the season, right? Or shaky form at the start of the season, we beat them. And some people were tipping, Chris Wood. It's like, no, like, at the end of the day, guys, it's not as good as they've been. It's Nottingham Forest. And it showed. So, sorry, guys. But great effort, Forest. And as for Chelsea, Successful season. Successful season. You know, this is a successful season for Chelsea. Granted, they didn't win the FA Cup. Granted, they didn't win the Carabao Cup. But given the fact that their team is as young as it is, their manager was managing in the championship last season. They took a gamble on him. His first season, obviously, there was all that talk about, oh, Chelsea in the title race, and they completely flopped, right? From that point onward. But, here guys, long day, church and that. But if you ask any Chelsea fan at the start of the season, are you taking fourth spot, Champions League, and winning the Europa Conference League, the European competition you're in? Yeah. That's a successful season. That's a season. That's a successful season. Now, that's a season that's better than Arsenal's. That's a season that's better than Arsenal. Palace, that's a season that's better than Arsenal. Overachieving, or either hitting their targets or overachieving for where they wanted to be, and a trophy to boot. Right? But successful season for Chelsea, to be honest. I mean, the celebrations, it's interesting. You see all of these Chelsea players celebrating Champions League, but Chelsea fans criticize Arsenal for celebrating second, even though we don't celebrate second. Interesting. Champions League must mean a lot to you guys, but kudos to Chelsea's successful season. And now to talk about Arsenal. Now, congrats to the Arsenal women. By no means am I hating on the Arsenal women. Not at all. I think it's huge. They were the huge underdogs against Real Madrid, huge underdogs against Barcelona in the final, and they did a madness. Renee Sleggers, right? Now, I'm not going to come in here and act like I've been following them all season. I've just literally seen Arsenal women from quarterfinal, semi-final, final. That's it. And I haven't even watched it. No watched highlights. Just seen the scores. So for me, I'm not going to lie to you. And you know who you are if you're watching this. I've had so many friends, so many Arsenal friends posting the Champions League, women champions of Europe. I'm like, come on, guys. This is shameless. This is shameless. And it's such a reach as well. Because you are not posting them in the league. You didn't even post the semi-finals. You didn't even post the quarterfinals. Why is it? Oh, come on. I've seen the script. Trying to find some sort of clamor to you. It's just weird. Congratulations to women, but I'm not posting a single thing about Arsenal women champions of Europe. No, I'm not doing that because we all know what this is. We all know what we as Arsenal fans were looking for this season, and we didn't get that. So no, I'm not going to be satisfied with what the women's team did. Kudos to the women's team. Congratulations to the women's team. Great job, guys. Hopefully you retain it again next season, and then you win the league. You actually win the league next season. But this does not appease me. Arsenal, Southampton, we beat them 2-1. Nicolas Jova, I said it the last episode, I'm going to say it again. This guy is a fraud. Because we keep conceding set piece goals. We keep conceding set piece goals. So what is my man bringing to the table? You've had your moment, bro. Spray off that mural. Blacken it again. Whatever you need to do. Jet wash it. Get that mural off. And he needs to have a hard look at himself. Because we're conceding a lot of goals from set pieces. Another corner we conceded from. I'll just leave that there. And it's interesting. Martin Odegaard scores the winner. Good goal. Nice shimmy. Gets himself away from his man. It is Southampton. It is Southampton, guys. Huge caveat. It is Southampton. It was nice to see Kieran Tierney sign off his last appearance of a goal. Sorry, guys. Long day. It was nice to see Zinchenko play what is surely his last ever game in an Arsenal shirt. I don't want to see that guy next season. Sterling as well. Poor. Sad, really, man. Really sad. I was literally thinking about that yesterday. I was like, wow, like, we really... man. Maybe other fans didn't, but, man, I really let Arsenal gaslight me. Raheem the Dream. It was a nightmare. Like that Meek Mill song, Dreams and Nightmares. It was a nightmare. This was a nightmare signing. Added 0 to the team. 0, 0, 0. Sad. And didn't do anything today. But Odegaard. Let's talk Odegaard. So what's that? I think that's what? 4 assists and a goal in his last 5 games of the season. Interesting that when it doesn't matter, when it's dead rubber. Is it when it doesn't matter he's turning up, or is he tuning up for next season? Maybe it's a bit of both. All I know is his form is slightly kind of picking up. I'm seeing more impact from him. But it's like you're thinking, bro, where were you when we needed you? That's what I'm going to say, right? And then on Arsenal, really quickly, I think it's crazy. The stats, I saw the stat and I was like, wow. This was the stats show that this was the first season since 1924 that we didn't have a single player to hit double figures for goals in the Premier League. That Havertz, who was out for ages, he's still our top scorer, which makes sense, I guess. Saka has been out for a while. Jesus has been out for a while. Odegaard has been out. He was out for a while at the start of the season. Trossard been in and out of the team. So it makes sense, but at the same time, it's an indictment. Palace have a player on double figures for goals. Mateta, probably more than one player. I need to look at. I don't have Eze stats or Sarr stats, but I'm probably sure they might be double figures. Brentford had 2 players, double figures. City, of course, with Haaland, right? Even Tottenham, Brennan Johnson, 11 league goals this season. That's crazy. Brennan Johnson had more league goals. And the thing is, I think he's a player that gets unfairly treated by Spurs. He is what he is. He's not this mercurial winger, but he's a guy. He's effective. He's efficient. He gets the goals. He pops up. I actually think he's a decent player, in my opinion. I think he's a good player to have in the team. But I think it's crazy that he scored more league goals than any of our players this season. Madness. So interesting last round of games. There was other talking points. Amorim apologising for United's worst ever season. I think they'll back him. I don't think they'll sack him. I think I was so annoyed that Forest couldn't do it. It's so bad. And Villa, I so badly wanted Newcastle. So badly wanted them to not finish in the Champions League spots. Man, dang it. Yeah, Newcastle, you'd probably say they deserve it, but like, for me, I just found it odd. Maybe this is me. Maybe I'm just being biased. I found it odd. Like, Newcastle, you lost at home to Everton, and then the players were celebrating on the pitch. Like, Same with Spurs. I'm just like, what is going on? And then, let me just talk about Liverpool really quickly. Right? Liverpool won the league. But one thing, I don't want to sound like a hater, but I'm just going to say it anyway. Like, Liverpool, this league season has been so poor because Liverpool haven't had to be great to win this league. They really haven't had to be. They've had to do the job when they need to do the job, but quite frankly, they've been poor. And I'm talking before the league was confirmed. Their level was dropping, right? But one thing I'll give Liverpool is this. All the excuses Arsenal used to give us, oh yeah, it's not fair, we've been down to 10 and PGMOL. One thing I love about Liverpool, right? And this is the quality I like about them. Every time I've seen Liverpool go down to 10 men this season, it has not stopped them from getting a result. A draw, a goal. It's not stopped them from at least being a goal threat. Like, they don't stop attacking. And that's what you got to give them credit for. I mean, like, you go down to 10 with Gravenberch, right? But they still have chances. They're still creating opportunities to score goals, right? And I think that's one thing you got to respect about them. Like, this is a team that I just remember when I saw it against Fulham, I'm just like, raw, like, this team, man, we when it's 11v11, instead of 10v11, when we need a goal, we play like we're 4-0 up. Liverpool, they don't do that. They just cause chaos in the box. They ram the ball into the box. They create opportunities. And that was a good goal by Salah. Fair enough, they ended with a draw, but yeah, they didn't lose. At least they didn't lose at home. I found it funny what Klopp said about Liverpool fans. Oh, this is not us. Interesting. And you see the Liverpool fans, they circled themselves when Trent came on. It's either people clapped or said nothing, which I find hilarious. Funny that. But yeah, it was an interesting match week of the season, right? And just quickly to end the video, I want to talk about this trophy discourse. I hope to be doing a lot more content during the summer. So I want to do my own, okay, cool, rankings of the teams. How did each team do? Did they underperform? Did they overestimate? Did they meet expectations? It's going to be good. But I just want to quickly talk about this trophy discourse stuff, right? And it was inevitable. As soon as United and Spurs made the Europa League final, it was inevitable. It was inevitable that you would hear, once one of them wins the trophy, oh, we've had a better season than Arsenal. It was inevitable. You knew. I just knew it. You just knew. We've had a better season than Arsenal. And let me tell you why football, like, the game is going mad. Because I genuinely believe, and I said it on TikTok, I genuinely believe people don't like watching football and making common sense observations on football anymore. Actually commenting on it in a normal, objective way. I genuinely believe people watch football, right, and like to engineer arguments for the sake of engineering arguments to get likes and to get clicks and stuff. It's crazy, right? It's crazy. Why does Spurs winning a trophy mean that they've been better than Arsenal? Not to say that Arsenal have been great. We've been disappointing. If you ask me, what am I giving us out of 10 this season? I'm giving us like a 5. I'm giving us a 5 out of 10. Compared to what we were expected to do, we've been disappointing. In some areas, I've seen some positives like Champions League progression and blah, blah. But you lose at home, you bought it. 5 out of 10 I give us, right? And that's fair. But my thing is, why, despite us being disappointed by our standards, why has Spurs been better than us? Why? Why can't it just be by virtue of them winning a trophy? Why can't it be good on them? They won a trophy. And then, okay, Arsenal disappointed. Why does it have to link, oh yeah, they've had a better season than Arsenal because they won a trophy? Make that make sense to me. Wigan won the FA Cup in 2013, yet got relegated literally like 2 days after when we battered them at our ground, and they haven't been back in the Premier League since. Did they have a better season than the team that finished 4th? Did they have a better season? Like, winning trophies is key. It's absolutely key. That's what football's about, winning trophies, right? But if a team has woefully underperformed and they win a trophy against a team, and I'm not saying this is Arsenal, against a team who hasn't won a trophy but is on track, is progressing, is exceeding their goals set for themselves. They haven't won a trophy yet, but they're working towards that. What gives that team the right? I remember Liverpool in the 2013-2014 season with Sturridge and Suarez and Coutinho, SAS. They tore up the league. The season before that, 2012-2013, they finished 7th. They were so bad. Kenny Dalglish and Brendan Rodgers, they were so bad. And then the season after, when we tried to sign Suarez and it didn't happen, right? And he did a madness. Did an absolute madness. Right? He did a madness. Epic season. 30 goals. This, that. Sturridge doing a madness. They were so close to winning the league title. They took it to the last day against City. City were the favourites. No one expected Liverpool to do what they did. And Liverpool should have won the league. But then they bottled it at home to Chelsea when they lost 2-0. And then they bottled the draw against Palace when they were 3-0 up, right? It's crazy. However, though there was disappointment there, and they did bottle the league title, they had a massive improvement from 7th to 2nd. Compare that to Arsenal. That same season, we spent the most days top of the league. That season. That was the season Giroud started the season on fire. We signed Mesut Ozil. Aaron Ramsey had a crazy breakout year. It was crazy. Everything was going swimmingly well for us. Then post-Christmas, the wheels fell off. Got hammered. Got beat by Everton away. Got hammered by Liverpool away. hammered by City away, hammered by Bayern away. Literally, any big team we played away from home, we got pummeled. Absolutely pummeled. Got beat at home by Bayern in the Champions League despite starting off better than them, missing the penalty, also missing the penalty. But we won the FA Cup. And that was our first trophy, 2014. That I remember. I remember what I watched every single game live. That was back when I was actually going to a lot of matches, right? I watched every single game live except the final because I couldn't get a ticket. I was there in the semi-final against Wigan when we beat them. I was there in the quarterfinal against Everton. I was there in the round before the quarterfinal when we beat Liverpool, when Oxlade scored, right? I was there. And the joy I felt from actually finally breaking our trophy drought was amazing. I was so happy to win a trophy. But does the fact that we won a trophy mean that we had a better season than Liverpool? Absolutely not. Liverpool had a better season than us. We won a trophy. Did we win a trophy? Yes. Was it our first trophy in 9 years? Yes, it was. Did we have a better season than Liverpool? Absolutely no, we didn't. No, we did not. Because, we won a trophy. We won the FA Cup. But we disappointed. We bottled it. We did not hit the why are you linking one team's success to another's? Like, look at this season. Have we disappointed this season? Yes, we have. Have Spurs won their first trophy since 2009? Yes, they have. Have they had a better season than Arsenal? No, they have not. They've just won a trophy. It doesn't mean they've had a better season. Same with that Liverpool example. I think the trophy discourse is so dumb. And yes, I get it. I know it's true. No, history is only going to remember the trophy winners. No, they're not going to remember those who finished second. That is absolutely true. That's fine. That's fair. I hear that. But just this narrative, I think people just literally do it just to create arguments and to get likes, to get clicks. It's so silly. It's so silly. Look at this team. Look at this team. 22 losses at home. 22 losses in the league. Getting pumped. You got pumped. Like, come on. You had an open-top bus parade 2 days ago and you got pumped at home 4-1 by Brighton. Where's your sense of shame? Where's your decency? Your fans have come to watch you lift the trophy you won. Fair, hard-earned trophy. And you turn out the rubbish you've been turning out all season. If they're so good, why is the managers if they've had such a good season, why is the manager's job in doubt? Why is it in doubt? And it should be in doubt. Absolutely should be. You'd be a fool as a Spurs fan if you think that you can be infatuated by this Europa Cup. This guy is not a good manager. He is not a good manager for Tottenham. And that's not even me being a hater. Like, if this is me actually saying, you know what, I kind of want Tottenham to be competitive again, so there's no excuses, right? When we beat them, when we're better than them. But mate, if I want to see Spurs continue being rubbish, please, and stay, get lost in the sauce. This trophy discourse is nonsense. I think we just got to be sensible in how we go about doing it. I genuinely. Yeah, call me a hater, but I genuinely think you can separate the two. One won a trophy, doesn't mean one was better. I genuinely think that. I think look at Sevilla, perfect example. Sevilla, a team that haven't really been a good team for a long time now. This was a Sevilla team that used to push Real Madrid and Barcelona for the titles, like on a mad one, with Canute and all of these players. Winning the Europa League. I remember, was it 2 seasons ago they won the Europa League? They were terrible in the league all season. They were absolutely atrocious. Such a bad team. Somehow they won the Europa League, right? Does that mean they had a better season than Atleti that season? I don't know what Atleti's results were. Maybe they win. I'm not sure. Did they win the league? I'm not sure. But does that mean they had a better season? Yeah, they won the Europa. They did not. Guess what? Because what happened next season when they were in the Champions League? They got moved to. Got absolutely moved to. Where are they now? Struggling just above relegation. Poor. So I think the two can be separate. Can absolutely be separate. So, yeah, I know it's a bit impassioned, but yeah, like, I just don't like that narrative. And this is not me being salty about Arsenal. I agree Arsenal have been poor. By our standards, we've been poor, but like, no, I'm not going to have that. Even if United won the Europa League, I wouldn't have said they had a better season than Arsenal, because they didn't. These are teams that are woefully underperforming. These are teams where where their fans are calling for their manager to be sacked, and you're telling me they had a better season just because they win a trophy. Come on now. Come on now. Let's have this done properly. This doesn't make any sense at all. Palace had a better season than Arsenal. They had a better season than Arsenal. Why? They overachieved. No one expected them to be where they are. They've overachieved. Not just in the league, not just in the FA Cup. They've overachieved in the league. They've been one of the best teams in the Premier League in 2025. They've taken points off of big teams. Like, that's Liverpool and Arsenal away. They're unbeaten. Beating City in the FA Cup. Like, come on. I gotta give it to them. They've had a better season than Arsenal. Because they've overperformed the league and they've got a trophy to boot. They're first. That's a team that's been better than us. But I'm not gonna have it with Spurs. So yeah. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for listening. I will see you guys soon. Take care.